Okay, hey, hi, and hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well. Austin and I noticed recently there were some semi-high profile announcements in the YouTube space recently that some pretty awesome, legendary, well-loved creators are at a point where they're kind of calling it quits. This question of me quitting or retiring is something that has come up here and there when we've fielded let's argue questions and responses. And I know there's certain types of content and content creators that are more prone to burnout or face much different challenges and schedules than I do. Whether you are Tom Scott or making your real life a regular part of your content, doing these massive monthly or bi-monthly video essays that take tons of editing and research, or embarking on these insane animation projects like our buddy Meat Canyon. I know when it comes to YouTube and viral internet success, big names come and go, all sorts of content trends and waves arrive and leave, they kind of come in and out. And look, I'm just absolutely positively blessed to be able to do what I do it for as long as I've been doing it full time. And, as stressful and as draining as it can be sometimes, I don't really want to stop. I'm not really thinking about stopping soon. Yeah, I mean, maybe retirement could be a nice thing to do one day, calling it quits, finding another calling in life or something, relaxing a bit maybe. But I don't know, I kind of started this on my own. I sort of do it at my own pace currently, and maybe in the future what I might end up doing is like some pared down version of what the needle drop currently is. I mean, look, here's the thing, not to sound pretentious or anything like that, but as much as I owe a debt to YouTube for, my career and my success and so on and so forth, I don't really consider myself much of a YouTuber. I don't really worry about or think about like what makes sense in terms of trends on YouTube for the most part. I just focus on the music. That's primarily what I'm worried about and concerned about. I think about what's going on with the music, and I think about what is going on with the audience of people consuming the music. If I quit YouTube but want to continue doing what I do, it'll only be because maybe continuing to do it on this platform won't entirely make sense, and I need to move to some other space fully or partially in order to attract or engage with those groups of people who are relevant to what I'm doing, the music that I'm discussing and critiquing and trying to curate around. Because before I'm a YouTuber, a TikToker, a streamer, a thisser, a thatter, I consider myself to be a music fan, a music critic, a music reviewer, music interviewer, journalist, guy, if you'll let me use the J word. And, when people tend to establish themselves in this industry, they have kind of a habit to do it for a long time and stick around. So when I think about what I do, I'm not looking at it in the frame of like, epic mealtime or whatever. I'm thinking about it more in terms of like, look at Zane Lowe, look at Elliott Wilson, look at Sway, look at the Sound Opinion guys, look at Bob Boylan, look at the Dean of American Rock Critics himself. These are all people who have been involved in the music industry for quite a long time. Once they kind of got their foothold in it, they held on to it. Hey, I'm thinking long term, as I always have been, even during the initial years of the needle drop, as worried as I was that it might blow up, go belly up. So, I mean, honestly, that's really kind of the vision that I have for what I do going down the road. It may shift and may evolve in some ways. One day it may not take the form of reviews or take the form of YouTube. As long as I get to engage with music and explore it and curate around it and get to celebrate and champion the records and the artists that I think are special, and people kind of take to those, or at least give them a shot, give them a chance, give them an opportunity. that primarily is what's most important to me. Music reviews just kind of ended up being the most effective vehicle for that at the time that I arrived on YouTube. If instead it was, I don't know, another thing or another format or another whatever, or another platform other than YouTube, it would have been that thing instead. I'm not married to the format. I'm not married to the platform I'm on. I'm down to try or explore whatever, as long as it means being able to stick around with and engage with music. And again, with those people who I mentioned earlier, many of them are currently around and successful and engaged in some way, shape, or form in the online space, in the internet space, and have also been around longer than me. So, I mean, if they're not too old for this shit, why should I be too old for this shit? I mean, they squeezed their decades out of commentating on music and the music industry at large. I feel like I should get my own shot at that. Not that I feel like it should just be handed to me or that it's owed to me or anything like that, but I'm not going to kneecap myself or deprive myself of that opportunity. And not that I need to prevent anybody else from coming up and growing and succeeding or taking a position from another person. Truth be told, I'm more than happy to just kind of continue doing what I do in my own independent way in my own little world, because I feel like that's kind of what made it succeed up until this point. Again, open to different changes and opportunities and shifts and collaborations into the future. But I mean, for right now, this is like what works. This is what I enjoy doing. And again, despite having done it for such a long time and there being kind of a regularity to it, a stress element, a lot of things, a lot of downsides that I could list, I'm not really sick of it. I feel like with no matter what I do, there's going to be some cons. And this is just something in my own heart where I feel like the pros vastly outweigh the cons. So I just kind of want to keep doing it. And there we go. Those are going to be my thoughts on that. You're the best. Over here next to my head is another video that you could check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, quitting YouTube forever.